Here we go, Michael Jung for Germany.
We asked our director not to spend too long filming the horses at the finish because so often there's something exciting going on outside, and there's been very, very little filming at the finish, so I'm really happy with that. Look at the way that horse moves. Fischer Chipmunk, 14 years old, brought out by gold medalist Julia Krasicki, brought to the top by her, and then various reasons moved on to Michael, and it was the first, what you might call, maid horse that he took on and had to take to the top. And it took time for them to get to know each other, and he I'm sure, would be the first to agree with that.
Fascinating you saying, Lucinda, because Julia Krasicki, the reigning Olympic champion, did a 19.9 dressage 4 years ago at Tryon.
At the World Championships.
World Championships,
yep.
Exactly that.
Yeah, no, it's very rare that a top-level horse can change hands and be successful, because there is a different panel of buttons that each rider has learnt and taught into their horse. And it isn't often as easy as it sounds to buy a horse that's going top level and be able to ride it as well as the person that rode it before. There are exceptions, and this is one of them.
Blew us away yesterday with the dressage.
Ooh, only saw that at the last second. Get your head up, Chipmunk. Ooh, I'm not sure if Michael hadn't been Michael, I'm not sure that would have worked.
Look at that lovely pat.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got a Wilbury on his back in memory of Hannah, who died of cancer 4 years ago, maybe now. And there's a fence in her memory as well up on the hill, number 14, sorry. And that's what's bobbling about on his back. A little soft toy horse pony called Wilbury. Wilbury Challenge. And zipping through the driving obstacles, this horse looking as fit as a fiddle, but then you'd expect that from the Jung stable in Bavaria. Lots of mountains to climb in Bavaria. But it is early days yet, and this is the second climb, not too steep, not too long, to the brushes. He's jumping very economically and very, very well. Good. I hope we get to see this all again. Quite a big jump over that. But think what's going on in that horse's mind at this minute, let alone in Michael Jung's mind. He lets those reins slip. This is fantastic photography, but he can't let them slip too much or he'll get run away with down the hill. And again, that triple bar was way too small for such a horse as Fischer Chipmunk, who scored a win in the 5-star in Kentucky in the spring, and he's been on form all year. Michael, not very tall in feet and inches, probably 5'9", 5'10". We've had lots of world champions that have had very long, elegant legs. Michael's a smaller stature and so incredibly able. And I say that because I think some people feel disheartened that they haven't got lovely long legs and they'll never be good riders. Well, you're watching somebody who's got normal sized legs and is utterly brilliant. Ooh, slightly jumped over his sort of front legs then. I think he was just saying, oh, it's a brush, boring. But be careful about saying that, Fischer Chipmunk, because there might be a hard bit underneath that brush that you do need to clear. Super, absolute picture of balance here. And away he goes. He's already turning. The right hand is already across the neck to an open left hand, turning, not wasting a second. Sand is kicking up way more than it was at the beginning. It's loose volcanic sand, which is giving them a spring that normally sand is such a dead surface for horses to get, packed sand, such a dead surface for horses to gallop on, but this is getting looser. Be interesting to hear reports back as to how it feels on a horse. Now that's a gallop. Those hind legs are just reefing. Happy horse.
Current leader in the clubhouse.
Whoa, that's the problem. You see, the fences are so small. Has he lost a stirrup there? because that horse, he did come very fast into it, but normally at 5-star level the horses would back up because the fences are big enough. But the straightforward fences here are quite small to cater for those that aren't Fischer Chipmunks, and it actually nearly brought him down. Michael will have learned from that, and he'll just have to spare a second to just pull his horse up and slow it down the next time he gets to what I would call a straightforward small one.
I was just saying when that happened.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Currently the Yasmin Ingham on 23.2. And Michael Jung's dressage 18.8.
And here, the sunken road, he shouldn't be knocking any of these down. He's well capable of that, but he's just making so much ground up over his fences. He's just feeling so well, this horse, at 14 years old. Just eats that fence on top of the hill. Ears pricked. Where's the next one? Such a great feeling, and he hasn't always gone with such freedom and confidence when Michael first started to ride him. But then, of course, he would never have asked him to go this fast in his early days whilst he was getting to know him. Now, when does he see this one? Very early. And let's see when he sees the second one here. Well, you couldn't see when he saw it. He just had it nailed, didn't he, the pair of them. Wilbury having a cracking ride on Michael's back. It's a gallop from start to finish.
600 meters a minute.
Oh,
now gone up 6:42.
Oh, that's such a good thing to watch, and I haven't been watching that at all. Thank you.
5:70, the optimum time.
Interesting how he is revving up so much, and now he'll cut that right down. Let's watch it, the revs roster going down. Oh, I'm surprised. I don't think that can be that accurate. He's going way slower than 500 meters a minute. I'm so busy looking at the speedometer when really Michael was having his work cut out to make sure his horse got over the corner. I guess please let's see the corner as well as the log, because it's the corner that's interesting. I have a horrible feeling it's going to be taken away. Yeah. Never mind. We've had wonderful pictures. Now there's just a tiny, tiny shortening of his stride there, and he's made sure he pays attention to that small fence on a bump. But he's just not quite as free now as he was, and that's very much par for this course. They do that first 3 quarters and then they just start to get a little bit less energetic. So Michael will have his work cut out now to gather him together for the fences that he needs to do. Yeah, he certainly saw that in bags of time.
Minute to get home.
And away he goes. From the moment he's in the area of that fence, he's galloping. I'm not sure about this speedometer thing. That is not 700 meters a minute. Anyhow, it's wonderful to have an attempt to show us how the speed is changing so much. But this is the last but one. The double, don't run out. Absolutely beautiful. Now we've had one stop at the last. It's not going to be you, but don't scuffle over it.
Michael Jung, Fischer Chipmunk comes, jumps the last, punches the air, stops the clock 9 seconds ahead of the 9:50 optimum time, which means that Michael Jung, the world #9 with Fischer Chipmunk, who came into the cross-country day in the lead on 18.8 after a beautiful dressage, has stayed in that position. Wow.